This is an official broadcast from the District Behavioral Safety Department. Please remain calm. Please listen closely. Even if your hands are shaking, even if your heart feels too loud inside your ribs, even if the hairs on your neck are already standing up. Because if you're hearing this message while seated in a classroom, you may not be alone. Not really. Do not react. Keep your face neutral. Do not look confused. Do not look scared. Don't even blink too fast. Just listen. Look around, subtly. But whatever you do, do not make eye contact with anyone for longer than 3 seconds. That's how it spreads. It feels harmless. Just a glance, a look. But that's how it chooses. We believe it's attention-based, a form of cognitive mimicry. It learns through imitation, through repetition, through you noticing it. If someone near you is sitting too still, if they're blinking less than once a minute, if they repeat their answers word for word every time they're asked, do not try to be logical about it. Do not rationalize. Trust your perception. Trust your unease. You'll find Form S13 in the top drawer beneath your emergency guide. It's already half filled. You didn't fill it. That's normal. Don't ask how. Don't ask why. This may sound like a hoax. It did to us too. Last week it was just rumors. Someone in 2C stares too long. A girl in the library hasn't spoken in days. Mr. Halder stopped mid-lecture and didn't move for the rest of the period. We dismissed it until Tuesday. Her name was Mrs. Langford, English teacher, room 106. She was halfway through reciting the morning announcements when she stopped, mid-sentence. Her mouth was slightly open, eyes locked on nothing. No blinking, no shifting, no breath. Students thought it was a joke at first, a TikTok prank. Some laughed, some filmed it, posted it, captioned it with, "When the system crashes mid-update." The footage was funny until you watched it again, and realized her pupils never moved. She stayed that way for 72 hours. Doctors reported no strain, no signs of physical trauma, no loss of bodily function, yet she didn't eat, didn't drink, didn't blink. It was as if time paused, only for her. That should have been enough. But the change didn't stop with her. One student, whose name we will not disclose, stared at her for too long, 14 seconds. We counted from the recording. That's when everything began to rot. He didn't collapse or scream. He just shifted, slightly. That same day, he answered a question that wasn't his. The teacher called on Emma. He stood up and replied with something nonsensical. Blue window turned slowly. Nobody knew what it meant. They laughed. He didn't. He stared blankly at the blackboard for the rest of class. 2 days later was the fire drill. The sirens shrieked. Doors slammed open. Students flooded the halls. Smoke machines activated. Standard procedure for realism. He didn't move. He sat upright at his desk, eyes wide, staring toward the door, unblinking. A student passed by his window and later described him as listening to something far away, not from here. By Friday, he was smiling during his math test. Not at the paper, not at anyone, just smiling. Like he knew something. Like someone whispered a secret in his head that didn't belong to him. Yesterday, 3 more students in his class stopped blinking. 3, at the exact same time. We no longer believe this is a virus. We no longer believe this is a prank. This is a behavioral anomaly, a breach in the expected pattern of human behavior. We think it learns through attention, through observation, through your gaze. Whatever it is, it's trying to act like us. But it gets things wrong, slightly. Wrong enough that you'll notice if you know what to look for. The handwriting. It becomes rounder, neater, too consistent. Like it was written by someone who studied how humans write but never actually wrote themselves. Their shoes, always clean, even after gym, even after rain. They stop using contractions. Not can't, but cannot. Not won't, but will not. Not it's fine, but it is fine. Every sentence sounds rehearsed. Integration errors. That's what we're calling them. There's more. If your teacher asks you to maintain eye contact for longer than 10 seconds, look away. If a classmate offers you a folded note in red ink, do not read it. Do not touch it. Red means it knows. Red means it's testing you. And if someone near you hasn't blinked since this transmission began, it's already too late. They've synced. They are inside. Do not try to wake them. They're not asleep. They are watching, studying, waiting, and you were never supposed to notice. But now that you have, They may notice you too. You've remained calm. You've kept your expression neutral. You've obeyed the rules. But now, there's something else. Something worse than what we expected. The behavior is no longer isolated. It is branching. In the last 24 hours, reports came in from 5 separate schools. Elementary, middle, high, same symptoms, same silence, same stillness. But now, new details. Details we didn't account for. Details that suggest the anomaly is learning. Case file 077A, Hamilton Middle School. A student named Adrian was pulled aside by his guidance counselor for unusual behavior. He'd turned in 4 assignments, each perfectly formatted, perfectly worded. Too perfect. They weren't plagiarized. They weren't AI. They were correct in a way no 12-year-old should be, as if written by someone mimicking brilliance, without understanding the meaning. When asked where he learned the formatting, Adrian replied, "I downloaded it from my reflection." He never blinked during the session. Reflections. This is new. Something is leaking into mirrors. 3 students across 2 districts reported that their reflections didn't match their movements, even with a delay. One girl, age 9, said, "It kept copying the wrong version of me." We don't know what that means, but her reflection smiled when she didn't. The systems meant to detect anomalies are failing. Surveillance footage inside one of the affected classrooms played back blank. Not corrupted, not missing, just nothing. As if the room didn't exist during those hours. In another school, an emergency broadcast speaker started emitting a high-pitched tone at 3:13 p.m. All screens in that hallway began flickering with the same message again and again. Do not look too long. It remembers faces. No one admits to writing the code. No one knows who triggered the alarm. We're not dealing with a behavioral glitch. This is intentional. This is tactical. It mimics routines because it knows you trust them. It hides behind normal because normal is invisible. There are more signs now. Some you might have missed. When you yawn, it doesn't. When the class laughs, it mimics the sound but not the timing. Its pencil moves across paper, but the lines don't connect. You think it's a person. It isn't. It's a pattern running through a body, a script wearing a face, and it is improving. Fast. Yesterday, a student from Weston High, name redacted, stood up during lunch and began reciting the morning announcements, word for word, from a month ago, even got the weather right. But no one had asked him to speak. When he finished, he sat back down, folded his hands, and looked directly into the lunchroom camera for 13 seconds. He didn't blink. If you remember nothing else from this broadcast, remember this. They are trying to be you. They are failing, but only slightly. And the moment you correct them, the moment you notice, they sink. You become part of the script. Form S13 will no longer be enough. We are now advising all faculty and students to follow Protocol Echo 7. 1. Do not trust your memory for attendance. If someone seems unfamiliar, do not ask who they are. Check the printed roll sheet only. Do not verify aloud. 2. Use indirect observation. Look through a phone camera, a reflection, a peripheral glance. Direct attention accelerates integration. 3. Avoid rooms with flickering lights. Anomalies are more common during pattern disruption. Do not attempt to replace bulbs yourself. 4. Speak in riddles when uncertain. Scripts cannot improvise. Confusion breaks mimicry. Examples. The leaves fall upward today. Lunch tastes like static. Your smile is reversed. If they laugh too late or not at all, walk away. You will want to tell someone. You will want to explain this. To ask, what do I do? Or, is it safe? Do not. You don't know who's still real. If a note appears in your locker with red ink, burn it. If you receive a text that ends with your full name, delete it. If your teacher begins humming a tune no one taught, leave the room. And if since this message began, someone beside you hasn't blinked, it is too late. They are already in. They're not asleep. They're not stuck. They are studying, watching, waiting. And now that you've heard this message, they've probably noticed you too. This broadcast will repeat every hour, until the signal degrades, until your school no longer transmits, or until it finds a new observer. End of transmission.